Oh, 9-inch nails. They're so good. I gotta make sure I move that back to where it was before that falls. Oh my god, get the hell out of here. I will be right with us. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be right with us in a moment. What's happening, everybody? It's Mara. Goddess of Blunder. It's probably me. I think that's me. Could be me. Is this? Check out the Buffalo Trading Card Con. What is this Buffalo Trading Card Con? I'm from Buffalo. When is this at? April 17th? I'll still be around that time. Maybe I go to this Buffalo Trading Card Con and sell all my cards. Maybe that's what I do. Those are fucking gorgeous. Anyway, I've been distracted by things. Welcome to my universe. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I was going to write that I was online. I know what I'm doing. Actually, I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to stream me painting or not. But then I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I was going to sit here and paint anyway, so... We already finished this album yesterday, but it's so catchy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get this show started eventually, I swear. See, I should have got all this stuff ready beforehand, then started the stream, but I don't care. So, the one nice thing is I can have my chat up over here, which is, when I'm just streaming by myself, it's much easier. I don't have to worry about anybody else's things working. I would like to have my own audio working? Okay, I guess that works. Welcome, everybody. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet when I'm not making other content, I guess. I am a cosplayer. I am a puppeteer. I am an unprofessional guest. I also am a Magic the Gathering online creator. I am a Magic Arena creator. We played some early access this week from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is pre-release day for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I am very excited about. Whatever we get new Universes Beyond sets, like, they've all been fandoms that I'm part of. So, like, I get all this new artwork from Magic artists. So I am in my own little wonderful little universe. Whatever. Um, I am one of your former ambassadors for Duskmourn, Aether Drift, Innistrad, Final Fantasy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. So maybe I do like Universes Beyond. I was kind of an ambassador for Assassin's Creed. I had preview cards in the set, and there were no ambassadors. And I love Assassin's Creed. Oh my god. I love my hobbies. What could I say? This is my little miniature program slash magic program slash whatever I feel like making it for during the day. Today we're going to paint some miniatures. I am doing the 1 million model challenge. Or miniature challenge. I don't know what it's officially called. I don't really pay attention. I don't care. Whatever. We're painting a whole bunch of miniatures. I'm going to hit 100 of them by May. That's, I mean, it's probably super simple for me. I don't know. We're at 15 of 100 right now. So I started last week. So we're getting there. There's things happening. I'm making shit happen. We're playing some more of my Plague Boys today. What else is going on in the world? I am one of your featured creators coming up in Vegas here soon. You can find me with new puppet and new cosplay there. I will also be a featured creator at Commander Sealed. I don't know when they're officially announcing that, but I just keep announcing it because I really like Commander Sealed, so I'm just going to keep announcing it until somebody tells me that I can't. We have all of our colors that we do on our Plaguey Boys here. We're doing a vehicle. My vehicles are not just spraying them and airbrushing them. This vehicle has a lot of customization on it, so I've added extra parts that I made out of clay. So we have like a giant tongue coming out of the Plague Belcher. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. What else is going on? I've been playing Warhammer forever. That's one of my favorite things in the world. I don't know. I have a lot of hobbies. Red Corsairs come out today. I'm a Chaos girly. I absolutely love Chaos. Some of my favorite units. And the Corsairs are finally getting their own models. Heron had a model back in the day, but Heron's getting their whole entire crew. I think that comes out today too. I'm very excited. It is a lot of cool stuff comes out today. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pre-release. So I'm pretty excited about that, even though I don't have anywhere to go to a pre-release, so I guess I'm not as excited as I could be. Like, if I had somebody to go with, maybe I would go to a place that I haven't been, but as much as I want to say things are welcoming, they are not welcoming unless they know you. I wish I could say otherwise, but it's not always a great experience for everybody. I mean, I want to be able to say that, but I'm also not going to fucking lie to you. So, anyway. We have lots to do on these tanks still. Probably do the rest of the trim. We had done most of the Flayed One flesh on the actual cannon part, or on the tank armor already. We have little Nurglings that we had extra copies of that we also added on here that are just running around doing silly shit. I love the little lords. They're great. They're little cuties. They're much cuter than those weird little angel abominations that the fucking Imperium has floating around. Their little homoculi. Creepy as fuck. If anything, if anybody should turn against the Imperium, it's those creepy little things. Can't possibly be good for anybody, right? Like creepy little babies that are fly around. I know that they're not, but They look like creepy little babies, so they're gonna continue being creepy little babies to me. Until I see something else. Anyway. What else is going on? This is just me rambling. I figured I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and talk to myself anyway if I'm just sitting here painting. So, we're just gonna sit here and ramble. We do some good rambling sometimes. That's not true. Sometimes our rambling just turns into nonsense. But you know what? I would just be talking nonsense anyway if I was just hanging out by myself. And my cats would just have to put up with it. My cats don't want to put up with me. My cats very much don't want to put up with me. They hate me. At some point, I need to figure out a way to monetize my hobbies because, hey, what's going on, Rex? We're doing some painting. Got so many models to paint. How are you doing today? There's a whole bunch of awesome stuff happening today. I'm gonna try to maximize my day. Right now, we're starting out with some Warhammer painting. Ah, sweet. What did you realize? There's a whole bunch of cool stuff coming on today. Oh yeah, it's Pokemon Day today too. God damn, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff going on today. God damn it. Maybe I shouldn't have so many hobbies is what my problem is. Maybe there isn't as much going on if you don't have as many hobbies. Oh my god, it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, which is insane to me. I remember buying, I had blue and my brother had red, and we had pre-ordered it, and we had seen it in Nintendo Power, and we were like, what is this? This looks amazing. So we had pre-ordered our games. I remember going to pick them up that day. We played those games so much. We had the connector cord so we could play on our Game Boys against each other. That's so silly. I still have my original Game Boy and those cartridges. I sold most of my video game collection to pay for adult things, pay off bills and all that fun stuff. So my collections, I mean, I played every game, I beat every game, so it wasn't like I didn't get all my use out of them. And they went off to somebody who collects or enjoys those things, so they went off to make somebody else happy. So, like, yeah. They would probably not be happy about it. They would probably use their wonderful Imperium propaganda machine to make sure it never got out. I hate the Imperium so much. Like, I love my Space Marines, but, oh, the Imperium. What are we ever going to do with them? I've always been... It's weird because I've been... That is some wild, wicked armor just to be able to freaking bounce off freaking... It's insane, like, until you see how the weaponry of Warhammer works, like, in motion. Like, when I first started playing the game, like, back in 99, oh my god, like... I guess I didn't realize how, like, bolter rounds are basically, like, missile shells that you're firing at somebody. Like... I don't know how many times I've vaporized myself with freaking warp weapons. I used to play orcs back in the day. which at some point I'll probably build my orcs that I have here. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have so many other armies that I'm like, finish one of your armies. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any kind of like magic sets or anything based on that. I feel like that would be a fun like secret lair. You could do something unique rule-wise. I like mixing my hobbies together, I guess. This is gonna take forever. This is the only thing. Like, I love chaos stuff, but there's so much trim and so much stuff to paint. And I have ADHD brain, and my brain just wants to bounce around all over the place, so I start painting one thing, and then the next thing I know, I'm like, oh, we're painting over here now. Okay. Oops. Oh, did I glue this in? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I don't think I glued all of my tank's pieces in, because I think the other plague belchers are not glued in. Sounds correct. Do you have anything cool going on this weekend? I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to go and find myself some Ninja Turtle guards. Oh, that sounds terrifying. The Warhammer universe, I love the over-the-topness of the Warhammer universe, I guess. It's got that, well, obviously Gears of War has that Warhammer feeling, but, like, it reminds me very much of, like, Gears of War and its crazy-ass weapons and stuff. Also, it's been nice that we've gotten so many cool Warhammer games, like Space Marine 2 and stuff, so we actually get to see all these crazy weapons and stuff. Space Marine 1 was really good, too. Space Marine 2 has got so much going on. At some point, I need to go back and actually finish all the operations. I don't know why I painted some of this stuff white. I think I was just pounding my way through it and was like, I don't know what color I'm making this yet. Sometimes that's how I decide my color scheme. I'm like, we're doing the old Dusk Raider colors on my Death Guard. Even though I basically almost doing that on a whole bunch of... Well, I have a Chaos Undivided army. That is basically every Chaos faction that I can get my hands on. And then I'm actually making stories and little dioramas of the battles going on between my armies. Like a war report slash newspaper, I guess. Even though I changed parts of the Warhammer universe to make myself happy. Because I hate the Imperium so much. I have them at war with each other, destroying... They're infighting over the Inquisition. I hate the Inquisition so much. Bunch of buttholes. Somebody should perma-kill all the demons. As much as I love my Chaos guys, demons do annoy me. They should be perma-killed. They just keep coming back. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately, in like the Warhammer universe. They just keep coming back over and over and over. And if anything, they need to be perma-killed. Probably be able to erase them from the warp. I know there are ways. I don't even know if the Imperium has an actual, like, clear-cut way. I don't even know if the Grey Knights have a way to completely erase demons. That's the thing, is they exist completely, like, through time. Like, they're not in any one place. And if they get wiped out or get taken out, they can just reappear somewhere else on the timeline. So being able to actually completely erase their essence so they can't go back into the warp and make their way back out into the world. Oh, crazy. Theoretical things of Warhammer. You know, I really should just concentrate on one area, but I just keep bouncing around. I'm just happy that we've finished some models. This past month we've finished like 15 models. Unfortunately, it takes me forever to paint. I don't know. I'm sure there's new ways to paint, speed painting and things I've seen people do, and I'm like, I cannot do that. My hands shake too much, getting old, and then I'm just like, this is not going to work. We cannot just slop paint about and make everything just do the thing that I want it to do. I don't have a lot of demons, now that I think about them. I have a demon prince for almost all my factions. But, like, actual demon units, which is weird, because I also have a lot of Grey Knights, but not a lot of demons. But maybe that's because my Grey Knights killed all my demons. There we go. That's why I don't have as many demons. Clearly. Forgot to bring a thing of water over here with me to clean my paintbrushes. This is why I go through so many paintbrushes, because I don't take care of them properly. I think even if I was a Chaos Space Marine, I might just turn around and be like, Maybe if I was like a World Eater, maybe I would just run into it still and be like, okay, whatever, I got this. If I was like a Night Lord or something, I would be like, okay, let's rethink this. Let's go back the other direction. We'll come at this at a different angle. I guess if I didn't have a choice, and I had to, it was either try and die, or just die, I guess I would just try. But if I could escape and rethink things, I would probably go try to find a weapon to take it out. I've been excited that they keep making a bunch of stuff that has been in lore, but has not had models. Like, for playing for such a long time, like, there's been so many, like, things that you see in lore and stuff that they didn't have anywhere to make models without making a whole entire new core book, or so, like, with Kill Team and stuff, they've been, I finally got my Night Lords, which, ugh. My Alpha Legion still doesn't have, I'm still a bunch of factions that I'm waiting for. The Red Corsairs are finally getting their stuff today, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is my Magic playmat that I paint on, so it's just all effed up. I have to at least finish one model today, just because I have a very busy weekend, and I don't think I'm actually going to get any painting done. So I have a lot of traveling to do this weekend. We have going to the Science Center this weekend, because they have a cool show going on. It's like I don't even really have any time to do any of the things I want to do this weekend. Like Magic pre-release and Corsairs come out this week. Resident Evil comes out today. Ugh. I really do want to go play Resident Evil. That sounds about right. That's what I... sounds like a very Lightbringer-ish terrible weapon. Okay. Reminds me of, what is it, Dawnbringer? Is that the name of the canon from Gears of War slash... Dawnbringer is also weapon in Final Fantasy Online, I do believe. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things is when, like, one of the things I've been enjoying is Magic the Gathering and, like, the universes on beyond stuff, just because we get all of these properties mixed in with Magic the Gathering, so I get to see them as magic weapons, what they would be like. So it makes me happy. I know some people are not super thrilled about it, but like, I don't know. I have so many hobbies and things, like getting to see weapons from Fallout or Final Fantasy and like a Magic setting, like getting to do freaking Warhammer. Even Warhammer worked out well in Magic. I don't know. They would think they could, though. They'd be like, this weapon clearly can't stop me. I'm a god. Like, oh, I am not as much of a god as I thought I was. Oopsie. Burning. That's the terrible thing, is like most of the Space Marines and things, they think they are like these godly beings. They are not quite on par with some of the other terrible things roaming around the galaxy and the Warhammer universe. They think they are. I don't know how many Space Marines I've seen just fall to dumb, stupid ass things. It's usually my armies that get killed by something stupid, and I'm just like, yep, that's about right. You guys went 6 inches, did nothing, missed all your shots, and then you got blown up. Excellent. We did it. We got there. I am gonna go take a quick little break for a second, just so I can go stretch my back out. Unfortunate thing that I usually have to do, especially when I'm hunched over doing this. I need to have something up here so I can actually just paint way up here. I would love to loot Space Marines. I find all sorts of fantastic gear. I will be back in like 2 minutes, give or take. Thanks for sitting with me. I do appreciate it. And thanks for sitting through the ad breaks. I do appreciate that as well. What is happening, everybody? I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I am a cosplayer, puppeteer, Magic the Gathering feature creator. I am a former ambassador for many a Magic set. Aether Drift, Duskborn, Innistrad Remastered, Final Fantasy, Avatar, The Last Airbender. I am also a feature creator coming up at MagicCon Vegas here. I'll have a new puppet and new cosplay. I'm a Magic the Gathering online creator as well. What is this guy? What's going on, Tom? Tom, are you going to play Ninja Turtles today? Are you going to go look for Ninja Turtles today? Some Ninja Turtles? Tom, there's so many cool things happening today. That's my friend Tom. I play Magic with him one-on-one on Thursdays at 6 p.m. What else is going on in the world? There's so much going on. It is a very good day nerd-wise. Nerd-wise, we got all sorts of stuff going on. Resident Evil 9 comes out today, or is out today. Eating pizza already? Celebrating by... You know what? I forgot to go get me a way to wash this paintbrush off. I meant to, but me and my brain got sidetracked. I was like, ooh, it's like food. That's the bad thing about streaming at such a weird time. Is that, like, I don't like eating on stream. It's not for me. So, like, most of the time I'm like, okay, I'll snack on something in between while I'm stretching my back out. I'll eat some popcorn real quick. I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to see if I can find one of the commander decks out and about, as I would like probably extras of them. I know that there's cards that I want for a couple of my decks, so I'm like, ugh. And I don't really want to take apart the other one. But I probably won't take this one apart until I find out whether or not I get the other one in the mail in time for our stream, so I'm like, I should make an eating stream that's just me eating. Nobody wants to watch that. Be like Leonard's pizza stream. Be like, this pizza just has wonderful texture. I'm a big fan of its mouthfeel. At one point, me and Heather almost made a silly stream like that. Because we were like, nobody's going to know why we're doing this or what we're talking about. But those community fans will be like, that's what's happening here. We're listening to some 9 Inch Nails. I would like to finish like 2 models today. That's the dream. I was gonna tell you last night, I was like, we needed to keep pressure on Carlo at all times. I was like, there was no way we were winning without each other, and unfortunately, that's how we got punished. Aha! We did all the brown on him. This guy's got a lot of tentacles. The other day I was painting a guy, and he had a, I'm trying to think of what the proper word is. He had a plug in between his legs, where his butt is. So he had like a drainage pipe on his butt. I was like, Plague Guard, you're ridiculous. Yeah, you should have just kept the pressure on. The second that you held back, you just left yourself an opening. Like, when you don't have removal or ways to get rid of the things that are on the other side of the board, sacrificing your own pieces to remove things before they get even worse than what they are. Like, we needed to remove those Captain Americas, we needed to remove other pieces that were roaming about, so, like, I didn't have any way to actually kill them. You don't have, like, a suction pump, a little drainage pipe in your butt, Tom? Are you not a plague guard? Yeah, one of my favorite things about these plague marines is they just have weird ass shit going on that I find when I go to paint them, and I'm like, oh, that's a thing in your butt. I've seen tentacles coming out of butts. And like, I didn't see this when I was first painting this, but now I see your butt tentacles. Doesn't everybody have butt tentacles, though? Somewhere in their butts? Okay, maybe that's not true. Maybe nobody has any butt tentacles. Except for maybe my plague guard. They do have butt tentacles, because I clearly see them. The stream has gone off the rails now. We already finished this 9 Inch Nails album. I need to go change it off. The dream would be to finish like 3 models today, because then I can be on par with last week. I just don't think I'm going to get enough time. I got to go to Buffalo tomorrow, and I've got to go to Cleveland on Sunday. Buffalo won't take up my whole day, but I mean, it's going to take up most of the day, which is fine. I mean, I'm doing things. But most likely I'm not going to have any time or energy to paint. I know this looks like it's taking a lot of energy. It is taking a lot of energy. You know what I would like to see, Tom? I would like to see you stream Resident Evil games, or horror games. I feel like watching Tom get scared playing video games would be something I would enjoy watching. Is that a thing that I can request? Tom will be a variety game streamer that I can watch be scared by zombies and ghosts. I can't say anything, because as much as I love horror movies, and I can go through haunted houses and things and be perfectly fine, when playing video games, oh my god, I don't know, something about controlling what's happening and terrible things happening, I don't like. I might actually go play Resident Evil 4 later on today, just because I can't, unless I make money at some point so I can go buy Resident Evil 9. If I can buy Resident Evil 9, we'll play that, but if I can't buy Resident Evil 9... What is this coming out of your foot? Is this a skull that I... Oh, that is a skull that's just floating in the air. I was like, what is this? You have a big bulbous thing coming out of your boot. Figured it out, though. Tom, I want more 40K. But you should do it. Do what I say. Make me happy, Tom. Do what I tell you. That's what I'm supposed to do as an influencer, right? I just yell at you and tell you to... I'm influencing you. Do what I tell you. I mean, it works for magic most of the time. Like, Tom, do these things. Play the magic. This won't ruin your life, I swear. Just take another hit. You'll be okay. Don't you want some free cards? I'll give you some free cards. Oh, voodoo. Does it taste like purple? That's my favorite color of grape, is purple. The taste is purple. I'm a big fan of purple taste. What was the other one? They have another. Is it Purple Haze? Is that the monster one? It's got a weird, like, textury can. I drank so much of that when I was in Florida with Heather, and I had just didn't want to be alive. It was like it's like another day. Excellent. Let's just pound energy drinks so we can stay awake and exist. Excellence. This is horrible. I let you put it in my mouth. Oh, Trent Reznor. I would let you do that. Can you tell me what Nine Inch Nails song I'm listening to, Tom, from those lyrics? So, interestingly, I like that there's like wooden things that the Plague Marines use. They would have been Golgari. Let me complain about magic here for a second and Warhammer. If we go back and get more Warhammer magic stuff, I let you put it in my mouth. Which is fun to say online. See, I'm terrible with song names, so I probably wouldn't have been able to. I would have been able to tell you what album it was off of, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you what the name of the song. God, Trent Reznor, you're so fucking cool. I didn't realize he was still on tour. I didn't realize until I saw that Seraph had gone and seen him this week. They were in Chicago this week, I guess. It is not. It is from year 0. I mean, it does sound like it could be from Broken. I mean, I'm sure it's not the first time Trent Reznor has told somebody that they could put something in his mouth, right? I mean, 30 years, most likely you've said something like that. I'm pretty sure it's happened. Hey, Games Workshop, you want to sponsor me and send me things? Yeah, that album, you know. The album that was like, hey, this is what's going to happen to you in, like, 20-something years. Enjoy. Trent, things are never going to get that bad. And Trent's like, okay. It's like, maybe you didn't listen to me when I was telling you everything was awful back in the 80s? Let me repeat myself. Everything is still pretty awful. Trent, you don't know what you're talking about. Little did we know, Trent did know what he was talking about. It was a very interesting album because they made a lot of weird, like, marketing and stuff for it too. Like, a lot of weird viral marketing, mixing reality with. Trent is always trying new things. He's probably the hippest old guy that I know. He's out there. He's out there. He's like the Batman of musicians. He's just out there doing his thing, being awesome. Don't tell him, Tom. He'll yell at me. I was just glad that we finally started getting new Nine Inch Nails albums. Was Hesitation Marks the first one after they came back? There hadn't been anything for the longest time after Fragile. I gotta answer my own question, because I actually need to go change off of this album. I've already listened to it like 3 times in the last day. Me, I am not. Sometimes I am, but was it the Slip? No, because, I mean, Ghost technically came out after, but no, With Teeth. Let's listen to With Teeth. There we go. At some point, I don't know if I can make a digital version of a copy of my Nine Inch Nails video. Halo. Is that Halo 12? I feel like it's Halo 12. But it has all the videos from Broken on it. And some of those videos do not exist outside of those videos. It's one of those weird Nine Inch Nails collectibles that I don't see very often. It took me forever to find a copy. Did a lot of hunting. That was back when I was trying to find all of them. With Teeth is really good. I haven't listened to the last 3 albums as much as the other ones. No, I can't make that decision. Fragile is probably still going to be my favorite. I mean, it's so many songs. I think that's the best part, is like, there's so many songs to it. This is one of my special Plague Marines. Probably should have painted this with a different paintbrush. It's taking much longer than I wanted it to. Get so impatient. Like, painting so slow. You know, there's not any Nine Inch Nails albums that I don't actually enjoy. Like, all of them are enjoyable in some way. I need a bigger paintbrush. I do need to start switching my paintbrushes. A whole bunch of them are on their way out. So, whenever they're almost dead, they just become dry brushes, basically. God, how many paintbrushes are in here? Oh my god, there's so many of them. Some of these are just junk that need to be thrown away. Sometimes I don't know when to throw away paintbrushes. I'm like, I don't want to throw this away. I could still use this. Some of these we cannot use anymore. Even as dry brushes, I don't think some of those would be good. Oh yeah, I forgot I was talking about magic and Golgari stuff. So, it bothers me, and I know why they did it. It's not that it doesn't make sense to me. I get why they did that. The Death Guard are black in Magic the Gathering, because they could only were making those precons, and they wanted to include the Death Guard, but the Death Guard would never be all black. Like, if anything, they care about life. They cultivate it and make new life. I mean, it's usually plagues and poisons and viruses and things, but, like, they believe that death brings life. So, like, them being just black doesn't make any sense, besides that it had to be in those color pairs because they couldn't put green in a Cascade Chaos deck. If it was a different commander other than Abaddon, maybe, but Abaddon just has no green in him whatsoever. That was not going to happen. It wouldn't make any sense. That would make even less sense, and I would probably complain about that instead. So it's one of those. Okay, we want to do this, and we don't really have any options. I guess we'll just do this. But if we did a jumpstart set and went back to Warhammer and actually got a base set, I could fix this problem. I know I say I would fix this problem. Just let me come and play with your card game. I'll do cool stuff, and then you can be like, oh, we should have just let her come and do cool stuff like 30 years ago. Why didn't we just let this happen? She's doing cool shit. I would love to make another Warhammer set. I would have so much fun. I would do so much cool stuff. I don't think any of these other guys have special bases. The ones without special bases, I have gravel and stuff that I'll glue on after I finish everything. I think that's all the brown that we need for those guys, at least. Probably should go get a couple to actually clean these paintbrushes. I mean, probably. Don't you fucking know what you are? Don't you fucking know what you are? That's right, Twitch. I'm singing a song. Are you gonna yell at me? I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't yell at me. You can yell at me, but it probably won't do you any good. This guy has so many tentacles. Not only does he have a whole bunch of tentacles, but I added more tentacles, so... That's the one thing when painting it, a lot of times I have to figure out what colors I should do next. I'm like, am I gonna fuck up this next part and have to paint over this again? Trent would be very pissed off about it. I imagine he would be like, how dare you enjoy my music and sing it out loud? How dare you? Nobody said you could use my words. Sorry, Trent. You know what? I would love to have a lawsuit against me from Trent Reznor so I could show up to court and hang out with Trent Reznor. Is that a thing? Be like, why did you do this thing? I'd be like, so I could beat Trent Reznor. You committed a crime so that you could hang out with Trent Reznor in court. Yes, that is correct. If anything, he would be like, he would just drop it so he didn't have to hang out with me. That's what I would do. I remember how excited I was when this album came out. I have most of the Nine Inch Nails albums in physical versions. I had every Halo, but I do believe there's an import somewhere that I'm missing that I'm just, not paying hundreds of dollars for it. Younger me probably would have paid hundreds of dollars for it, but it doesn't really matter. And yes, I'll get to look at it, but I'm probably not going to do anything with it, and then somebody's just going to get it at a garage sale. Or an estate sale, so... doesn't really make any sense to spend a bunch of money on it. I should put advertisements for my estate sale up. I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I mean, it'll probably be the coolest estate sale that's ever happened. Trent, I am also a collector. I do not have a net though, and it does not drag behind me. I have other things on my body that drag behind me. Tom, I just want to play Magic. I wish it wasn't so much of a pain in the butt to host games. I was gonna say, next time we know you aren't coming up on a Thursday. I mean, I don't know how the weather is going to be the rest of the year. It may be fine the rest of the year, but we should have a game with Abby. I know we have a. It's been a while since we've hosted games. Or at least since I've hosted games. And I would like to play some Plain Jace. It's been way too effing long. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Gamer Haven, or wherever. I know how I feel about Chautauqua Comics. Let's just say, I will never have a sponsorship to Chautauqua Comics. I poop on them. That's right, Al. I know you're not watching, Al, but I would poop on you if that was an option. I honestly don't know how he still has a business. But I guess I do, because not all comic book people are great. This is one of those fandoms that there's always good parts of fandoms, and then there's always gonna be the bad parts of them. And unfortunately, most of the things that I grew up on have not always been great environments. Video games, comic books, like, it's all been stuff that could be better. In about 2 minutes, I am gonna go stretch my back out again. Ah, look at you, you fancy man. How did we forget those pipes? This is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to get out the other paintbrush for this other guy, though. He has way too much stuff going on. It's gonna take forever. Just gotta remember to bring back a cup of water this time to actually clean my paintbrushes. Will we remember? Could be. We might remember. This paintbrush paints so much faster. And the blood which we done is a fight in the name of the holy and the divine. Oh, Trent. Whatever are we gonna do? Cry? Do some more crying. Maybe some crying. Everything will be okay. I swear. No, I don't swear. There's been so many terrible things that have happened in like the last 2 days, and I just don't know how to deal with it all, so I'm just like, I'm gonna go paint some models. Seems like a solution to things. In about 2 minutes, I am going to go stretch my back out. I do appreciate y'all sitting through the ad breaks, because I know they're not fun. Occasionally they are Taco Bell related, which is pretty cool, I guess. Heather got Taco Bell commercials last night. As one should. I love Taco Bell. I shouldn't love Taco Bell. It is the It is that song, Tom. It is. I'm making all my little tentacle men purple. I usually keep a very similar color scheme, even when like the main color is different, just to link everything together. Okay, everybody, I am gonna go take a quick little break. Thanks for sitting through the ad break. I will be right back. I'm gonna go remember a cup of water this time. Will you stay down on your knees? I mean, that's usually where I am. the things. Yeah, the vibe is not great. Transitioning that over. Whatever. That doesn't really matter. What's happening, everybody? I'm a Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I am a cosplayer, puppeteer, one of your former ambassadors for Duskborn, Aether Drift, Innistrad Remastered, Final Fantasy, and Avatar The Last Airbender. I am a featured creator at most Magic Cons. You can find me in Vegas here soon in May. I'll have a new puppet, new cosplay, and I'll be roaming around. If you see me, make sure to come and say hi. I'll have stickers this time. It only took me like 4 years, but we got there. I will have 2 different things of stickers, so I'm very excited. And I have a little funny mini game that I made as well, so we'll be doing that as well. And you can find me over in the... Well, I can't say anything about that. I can't talk about many things right now until they announce them, so I guess I will just hang out and not talk about those things. You could also find me at Commander Sealed as featured creator, which I also haven't been announced yet, and I don't know. I don't care. I like Commander Sealed, and I want to advertise for it, so I shall. Hi, Barbie. What are we doing? You are staring at me very weirdly, and I don't know how I feel about it. You are making crazy faces. She's like, oh, you cleared the space off over here for me. I'm like, yes, that's clearly why I did that. That is very much what happened. I cleared that spot for you, specifically. Yay, we remembered to do this. Okay. We're going to put the water in between here. Hopefully that is where it stays. Don't like having water over by my computer. Doesn't make me feel super safe. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. As I've said, this is my little morning program where I do whatever I want. And is it a morning program? That's questionable as well. There's a lot of things that are questionable about this. I do whatever I want on here. Sometimes we play video games. Sometimes we play video games. Sometimes we're painting miniatures. Sometimes we're building Legos. Sometimes we're doing magic stuff. It just kind of depends. Karlak is being attacked by Barbie. Barbie says, no, I shall destroy this. Very well, Barbie. I will allow it. I don't feel like fighting with you, so I will just allow it. You do you, baby girl. This guy has a shitload of tentacles. So most of my Death Guard are all different. Like, a lot of Space Marine armies, you have the same units over and over and over again. Like, everybody looks the same. They're very uniformed. Whereas I believe that most of the Chaos guys want to be unique. They don't want to be wearing the same outfits as everybody else, so... I have every single Plague Marine that I could find that was different. And then the ones that I couldn't make different enough, that I had made with, like, the normal Plague Marine sprues, customized with clay and extra pieces to make them unique as well, because I was like, I need more Plague Marines. Gotta figure out some kind of solution to this. My original Warhammer army was very, very customized. Back in the day, I used to be able to do a lot cooler stuff than I can do now. Used to be able to paint much better. Used to be able to do a lot of cool things back in the day. Just remember, you're gonna get old, so you better do those things you want to do while you can. This is my warning program to like, hey, you're gonna get old and not be able to paint or see your magic cards anymore. You probably should enjoy them while you can. I know that's super depressing, but it's also very true. Oh, that's a cool little medal. A little Neglin man. There were special Plague Marines that came out. There were these mystery boxes that had special Plague Marines in them. It's been like 3 series, I think. One was Death Guard. One was the first one, I think, was Blood Angels. I have one of the Blood Angel ones. The Death Guard ones I had to go on a hunt to go find. But they all have all sorts of cool, like, custom, like, demons and little nurglings running around on them. And even the Blood Angel ones had some cool, unique models. I play Blood Angels, but my Blood Angel army is Death Company, so there was a bunch of Terminators and stuff in that hero set, so yes, the Death Company could use Terminators, but my Death Company is more throw a wall of bodies at you. A wall of bodies with chainswords. Warhammer, why are you so fucking cool? Someday I will make an actual working chainsword. I don't have a lot of goals in my life, but that is on my list of things to do at some point. Do I need a operational chainsaw sword? I'm gonna say yes. But most likely, probably not a good idea. Tom, how do you feel about me owning a saw or a chainsaw that is also a sword? Does that make you feel safe? This guy's got all these like little worm things coming out of the ground. It's really cool. He's got like little tapeworm looking little demon things. I think he's the only model that has these guys on him. That's the thing too, is I hate when they like make box sets that I would like to buy, but I don't need all the models that are out in it, so it doesn't actually make it worthwhile to spend the money on. Like there was a really cool Death Company or Death Guard that came out, and I already had some of the unique models that were in there, so like it doesn't make any sense for me to save a little bit of money maybe. But then I end up with units that I don't actually need. Even though I guess I could trade them to somebody or sell them to somebody. I don't know who, but I can imagine those are things that somebody would be like, hey, I need this. I guess if I found that person beforehand. Aha. Trent, I don't think I'm happy here. Should be having a listening party right now, Tom. You could be listening to Trent as well. Dumb. A little lord. He's popping his head through the little icon thing up there. I'm very easily amused by things. Hope everybody is having a good day. I'm sleepy. I'm always effing sleepy. Oh, and also thanks, Rex, for following. Rex the Saiyan. I didn't see the rest of your name. I don't know why I didn't see the rest of your name. My very first anime that I ever watched was Dragon Ball Z when I lived in Japan. A bazillion years ago. It was right when Dragon Ball Z actually had just premiered on TV. So it was the very first season. And we had just moved to Japan. And that was like my first experience with anime, and it fried my poor little American brain. I was like, what is this? Why is this animation good? I don't understand what's happening here. I had no idea what anybody was saying. But did I need to know what anybody was saying? I didn't. There was no language barrier. I was like, these guys are punching each other and making energy blasts. That's all I need to know. I am a simple gal, and that's all I need in my life right now. I did get to experience a lot of really cool stuff when I lived in Japan. I would love to go back to Japan someday, but then I'm not gonna come back here if I do. So because I gotta finish everything I need to do here. Can I get Warhammer stuff in Japan? That would be an important thing for me to know. That would make some of my decision making processes. Also, I don't think they would let me move to Japan. I don't think I have a lot of tattoos and a lot of me. I guess. Is that a thing? A lot of me? I'm a lot. Even though I guess I could go get a degree and then I could just go and teach English. This is what everybody needs, is to learn English for me. Hey, my vocabulary is not horrific. Mainly because of magic and my hobbies. Otherwise, I would be so bad at everything. I don't know, college words are stupid. It's a, hey, look at me, I'm using fancy words. Makes no sense to me. Especially when you can just say things just with normal words. Why? Doesn't make you sound smarter. It actually just kind of makes you sound like an asshole. Me and my ridiculous... my ridiculous opinions on things. That's what you get here at the BlunderDome. Nonsense. Like these bigger models, a lot of times I just kind of I paint here and there until we eventually get there. Like I can't sit and I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything if I am not finishing a model. So like with a tank that has so much stuff going on it, like a lot of times I'm just kind of like, okay, we'll do a little bit here, we'll do a little bit there, and eventually we do get to that part where we're finished. It just takes a little while. But then at least I don't feel like I'm just not accomplishing anything. With the teeth. Please, Trent, tell me more. Apparently I did not prime the bottom of this properly. Which kinda makes me angry. At least it's stuff I won't see. But also, when I play, I would have probably got really angry if I painted the bottom of it and it got scratched or the paint came off and then I had to repaint. I would feel like I had to repaint it, so at least that'll save me time not having to do that. I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my day. Probably go for a walk. Well, that doesn't sound exciting at all. I don't want to go outside. I hate it outside. Every time I go outside, I just get sad. Why do I want to go outside? All my stuff is here. And I can only take so much of my stuff with me outside. The only bad thing about I went with Canoptic Alloy over black to make it more of a rustier, not as bright color as my other Chaos guys. Because, like, I think we use Rubik Gold on my Thousand Suns, and we're using Balthazar Gold, I do believe, on my Night Lords. So I wanted to go with a more dull looking chrome color with my Death Guard. And then we have highlights of like Balthazar Gold and stuff to just throw the color off a little bit. It's just the flayed one's flesh, which is the color of white that we used over black, is very, very close to the Canoptic Alloy with black. So that's why I had to start using a brighter gold for the highlights, just to separate the colors a little bit in some spots. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. Part of it bothers me. Is it hurting anything? No. I don't know. As an artist, I think a lot of times we just kind of get angry at ourselves all the time. We're like, yeah, we could have done better here. We could have done this instead. And then sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. I don't know. If other people told us our stuff was good, then maybe we would not be questioning ourselves all the time. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like, am I doing anything worthwhile that anybody enjoys? I don't know. Maybe? Could be? You know, the other thing I do love about the Death Guard is that even when I do a shitty job, it just looks like I did it on purpose. So, good job, Death Guard. I am also becoming less defined. But that's mainly because I'm falling asleep all the time, Trent. Oh my gosh. The surface space of, like, I mean, there's probably easier ways to do this than how I'm doing it. Like, but this is how I used to paint, so this is just how I do things. There's probably faster, quicker, and better ways to do this. Doesn't really matter anymore, is what Trent says. It's true, true. Does any of it really matter anymore? Probably not. You never really real to begin with. I just made you up to hurt myself. I just made you up to hurt myself. I just made you up to hurt myself. I just made you up, hurt myself. That has made you up. You know the best thing about Nine Inch Nails too is like when I make a post on Instagram, I need to go find music for my painting of my Death Guard, my Chaos guys. You can basically choose any Nine Inch Nails song, and it fits perfectly. Only, only, only. Still think we should start a band, Tom. I know I've said this for years and years and years. We just make songs about nerd shit. I'm just gonna sing about magic and Warhammer. And now I am somewhere I'm not supposed to be. Touching see things I really, really shouldn't see. Now I know why now, and now I know why. The stream has now devolved into me just singing, so I apologize. The other bad thing is I'm painting and stuff. Occasionally I'm like, Wegmans. I like Wegmans. I went to Wegmans last weekend. You forget you guys have a Wegmans in Jamestown. I do not go to Jamestown very often. It usually has to be a very good reason to make me go to Jamestown. Like a doctor's appointment or something. And even then, I don't want to do it. Why would you build a whole entire city on a hill? And then build every street on a different hill? I don't know. It's nonsense. My brain doesn't like it because sometimes I'm like, oh, what happens if I am not holding the brake on my car and we go down the hill? It was a really dumb thing to think, but also my brain is really dumb. And anything. I'm just facing the crowd. Taken away. I believe. But, behave and obey. Yeah, I don't know why. The problem with Nine Inch Nails is it makes me want to fight everybody and fight everything that's going on in the world. It's nonsense. I mean, I can see that. Hate it. Hate every second of it. I can beat myself up with. It'd be awesome to finish all three of these models in this tank today. I know they're allowed to count bigger models as more models than a single model for the contest, but it's up to them. I don't know, it takes a lot longer to do a vehicle, at least the way I do it. I'm sure there's all sorts of people who just fucking pound it through with dry brush and shit. But I like to do it all nicely and fancily. Does it look that way until I get to the end? No. It looks like shit until we get to the end, but when we get to the end, it's gonna look really cool. We almost finished this plow. That's the other thing I really enjoy about the Death Guard is just the nonsensical weapons. They have a giant plow blade on the front of their Rhino, or on their Plague Belchers, just to run things over with blades attached to it. And killing people with crazy farm equipment. I love that they have fucking giant scythes. Man reapers. I mean, if I could choose a weapon to run around with, besides a chainsword, give me a man reaper all day long. I'll walk around with a freaking giant scythe. This is bigger than a human man. It's probably good that I don't live in this is not a world that I can live in. It would be a terrible place, but I would make fun. I would I would do my own thing. I would be an insane chaos person. Like, that bitch crazy. And this is how you miss spots a lot when you're painting. So a lot of times you don't turn things at weird angles and you just completely miss spots. Oh my gosh, this is so much stuff we still gotta do. The thing is, the more paint you get on it, the better it looks. Like, when you first start, especially since I just slop stuff on at the beginning, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to fix stuff, and I'm gonna have to do details and things, so it doesn't make any sense to waste my time with stuff I'm gonna have to fix or do things with later, so... And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, we're just gonna fill this anyway with something else, so it's not like we have to go all out and try to make sure it's perfect each color. That's the other thing, is I usually go from color to color, so do all of this alloy on here, and then we'll go to the next color. Even though, I don't know if we're... I gotta see where we are on those three guys over there. So we're not gonna finish the tank, but I want to get to a spot that I feel okay with, that I can pick back up afterwards. And try not to forget any spots, so I don't have to go back too many times. I always end up having to go back. I'm just like, yeah, that's probably happening. Aha! Okay. Got most of the canoptic alloy on there. We still gotta finish the cannon. Okay, well, let's see where we are here. I am gonna go stretch my back in a moment, but then we'll come back and we'll probably finish these guys up. I mean, we don't have a lot of red. Probably do the green next. And then we'll clean up the chain, or clean up the alloy on everything else. We'll do, yeah, he's got green that we gotta do on there. Canoptic alloy and flayed one's flesh we'll do last. And then we'll do the swap on these parts. That's going to be all Canaptic gray, or alloy too. There's some spots we got to clean up on there. There's a couple of red spots we're going to have to clean up, but that'll all just be final detail stuff. Okay. We're almost there. Let's just have a little bit more to do. What are we doing when we get back? We're going to do Death Guard green. We should probably... Should we just do the white next? I don't really want to. I don't think we have anybody that needs orange, actually. The orange I usually use for my warp flames with my Death Guard. And then red is just going to be details. Okay, so we're going to do the white and the green when we get back, and then we'll clean up the Canaptic alloy on the three of them. I still have some spots, like all my demon teeth and everything are all Canaptic alloy as well, even though we'll probably do... Actually, we'll probably do Balthazar gold on them just so that they stick out a little bit more, since we use so much of the alloy in other places. It gives it a little bit more of a depth. After we finish all of these, eventually I will do all the details and dry brushing, but I'm finishing the models first, and then we'll worry about the details. Thanks for sitting through the ad breaks. I'm going to go take a quick little break, and then I'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. I just had the weirdest interaction with Alexa. We just sat there talking about Warhammer together. Technology, you're stupid. I hate you so much. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I need to ask a question about something. And then it told me, and then you were like, would you like to learn more? I was like, yes, I would. Please tell me more about Warhammer stuff. I would like it. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. Welcome to my little program where I play with whatever I feel like playing with in my hobbies. I am a Magic the Gathering content creator. I am a Magic the Gathering online creator. I am a cosplayer, a puppeteer. I am one of your former ambassadors for Dustborn, Aether Drift, and Innistrad Remastered, Final Fantasy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've been a featured creator at almost every Magic Con. You might have seen me roaming around in my cosplays, which have been 5 different Magic characters. Been in the cosplay contest twice. Or roaming around with my puppets, probably harassing people. That's the other thing I do. You might have seen me just hanging out. If you ever see me at Magic Cons or see me at any convention, come and say hi. I look scary. Sometimes I'm being loud and boisterous, but I'm usually pretty cool to hang out with. At least I think I'm cool. I don't know. Tom, am I cool? I don't know if you're here. Can you prove my coolness? Um, I hope everybody is having a good day. I will be a featured creator coming up here soon in May at Vegas Magic Con, which is tickets are on sale right now. And yeah, if you see me there, come and say hi. We will be having a good old time. I'll probably just be hanging out. Most of the time, I try to play some Magic. But if I don't get to play Magic, I'm just like, me, whatever. I don't care. Get to hang out with my friends. That's all. I get to make new friends. I don't know. That's what Magic is for me, so. I don't get to see my friends in person very often, and it costs a lot of money to do that, so I would rather be present and not spend 3 hours playing a game of Commander. Like, I usually play like a game a day. But I want to see all my friends and do all the things there are to do, so, I gotta be wise about it. Especially since this year. I mean, I'll be at Atlanta later on this year, but you can also find me at Commander Sealed, where I'll be a featured creator as well. I love Commander Sealed. It is one of my favorite events. All the money that we raise, which we've managed to beat our goals every year, goes toward the Tripper Project and the wonderful Trans Lifeline, which are both important things to me as I am a gay trans person. What else is going on in the world? Nothing really. We don't want to talk about the real world, but what's going on in the fake world? It is a wonderful weekend for hobbies. The Red Corsairs come out this weekend, which I do believe tomorrow, for Warhammer, which I am very excited about. Chaos Pirates. Heron hasn't had a new figure in forever. I'm very excited about it. I don't know, I get very excited about my hobbies. And that is, whenever there's new Chaos guys and things I've been waiting for to have models for years and years and years, I'm just like, yay! Get very excited about it. So we are painting some of my Death Guard. We're doing the 1 million model challenge that Games Workshop is doing. We pledged 100 models. We'll probably do more than that. I'm not even going to be like, yeah, we might finish 100 models. I'm going to fucking do this. This is I don't not accomplish my goals. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I like having a goal because I've been meaning to paint my Warhammer army. I was gonna finish everything last year. I didn't even start. I did a terrible job last year. This year we're doing much better. We finished 15 models, so good job me. I think we finished like maybe a model last year, maybe 2 models. Maybe we started a model. I don't know. We didn't do a good job yet last year. This was one of the guys that I had 2 of, so I tried to make him as unique as I possibly could. I have like extra skull pieces and stuff, but we also did like plaguey ground and stuff with piles of pus and nastiness. I don't know, the Death Guard are as close as I can get to like a horror army and Warhammer 40k, so kind of like zombies slash horrors. Normal Warhammer, you've got like the undead army and you got vampires and things. But, you know, if you look at most of the Warhammer things, there is a version of that thing in the 40k universe in some way. I mean, Necrons are basically the bone lords or whatever the hell they are. I don't know my normal Warhammer stuff as well as I know my 40k stuff. Just to make up words. I mean, Death Guard are obviously Nurgle, I guess. Not even anything unique going on there. Vampires are basically freaking blood angels. Space vampires, I guess. And then you've got the Space Wolves. Space Wolves were my first Space Marine Legion. Actually, my 40k army, technically. My first codex was Dark Angels. And I had 1 unit of Dark Angels before I started my Space Wolf army. I always consider the Space Wolves my first army, though, because they were my first could actually play Warhammer. Whereas my Dark Angels, I just had a platoon, and they weren't going anywhere or doing anything. We didn't have Kill Team or anything at the time, so they were just some guys hanging out. I did eventually start building my Dark Angels and had a full army. I went down a rabbit hole and just ended up building too many armies. And then my friends stopped playing. Or maybe they continued playing and just didn't tell me, because I don't know where any of them went. That is also a possibility, that they are still playing Warhammer. But there's also the possibility that they're dead, so I don't know. They could be either way. Either way, don't really care. Exclude me from your game, I will be all sorts of a jerk face. Tom, what am I gonna do with you? What did I just asked you a question, too. I don't remember what it was. It was nothing, like, important. Oh, it was whether or not I should have a chainsaw sword. That if you would trust me with a chainsaw sword. If that was a thing that I had. Because someday in my life I would like a chainsaw sword. The problem is, can I be trusted with a sword that is a chainsaw? I mean, can I be trusted with a sword that's just a sword? That's, I guess, the first question. Just remember, I have swords, Tom. Be careful in your answers. What? I mean, I wouldn't trust me with a sword, or a chainsaw sword either, Tom. I don't trust myself with tiny knives. I would not trust myself with a giant rotating blade of swordness. But I would be the coolest person on my block. For like the day that I was still on my block. I'm sure somebody has made a chainsword out there somewhere that works. There is no way that some nerd out there with technical abilities was not like, I'm gonna build a chainsaw sword. I mean, I made it a crazy bladed boot. It's basically a Chaos Knight Lord Raptor boot. Did I need a bladed boot that has pistons in it? No. No, I didn't. But do we got one? Yes, yes we do. Scalding Tarn Sleeves. That's not from that company Dragon Shield, is it? I make myself laugh. Okay. All the green is on you, my friend. Excellent. Now we just gotta do the green on this guy. We're getting there. Tom, I'm gonna finish these 3 models today, so at least I get to 18. Problem. I mean, I could probably sit here all day and paint if it wasn't for my body killing me. If you ever wonder why I'm getting up every break, it's because I gotta go stretch my spine out, because it's stupid. You'll hear me whine about it every time I'm on here. The only time you don't see me get up during breaks and stuff is like when I'm on other people's streams. I just play through the pain. Or when it's my own stream, I can get up. It doesn't matter. I'm not ruining somebody else's stream. Can ruin my own stream. That's perfectly fine. Just being here, I'm doing that, so success. This is me. Excellent work. Tom. You should play Warhammer, Tom. I know I say that. I mean, for me, it's funner having my own army. But, I mean, I have more armies than any human. I could host a whole entire Warhammer night and nobody would have to bring their own armies. I could have at least 6 games going. And people could be playing with full armies. That's how stupid my Warhammer collection is. And that's not even all of them actually built. I do still have orcs that are not built. Orcs are the best, Tom. I think you would enjoy orcs. They're so silly. They talk with a weird Scottish accent. And they just want to fight. They just want to fight everybody. And because they believe in things, believe the things that they believe, that's how things work. They're like, this is why this vehicle should work. Okay. It's nonsense. This is wonderful nonsense. Like they believe if their vehicles are painted red, they go faster. So they do go faster because they're red. It's so stupid. But that is what the warp does. The magical element of the Warhammer universe. That your firm belief can make things manifest. That's why the Sisters of Battle and their crazy prayers and things can affect the battlefield. They are trying to kill everything that is chaos and part of the warp, not realizing that they're using the warp and that they're just part of the fucking problem. But that's the Imperium. Imperium is the fucking worst, Tom. Ugh. Bunch of scumbags. A bunch of fascist scumbags. Doesn't sound like anybody we know. Da, 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 da. I don't know. I definitely would be part of chaos in the Warhammer universe. They make sense to me. They are a rebellion. They are most like Space Marines are poor Space Marines. They go through like a whole entire process to become a Space Marine. Some of it voluntary, some of it's not voluntary. But they're basically indoctrined into being Space Marines. They're forced and brainwashed into thousands upon thousands of hours of violence and xenophobia and like the Imperium is not like I hated it when everybody was learning about Warhammer for the first time, like through Magic. How many times I had to have discussions where the Imperium is not good. They're not. They are an unpleasant, horrible creature that is just destroying the galaxy. I mean, they're terrible to their own. They're even worse to their own people than they are to the other things. Like, yeah, it's a weird fiction. Not grounded in any kind of reality whatsoever. It's like, I mean, you look at Chaos and you see all these skulls and terrible things that they do, but they're still not as bad as the Imperium. The Imperium slavery and like if you're not useful, like you basically just work until you die if you're just a normal person. You're not born into royalty or born into money or power. You basically just work until you die. And you probably don't live very long. And depending on where you're born, it's even worse. Most likely you're probably dying in some kind of factory, doing something shitty for your whole entire life, and working like 18 hours a day, and not being paid for it. Like, this is, but you get rations to feed your family, I guess. Like, I completely understand why people would turn against the Imperium. Like, and then you have the Inquisition, that's part of the Imperium. They're very much about their religion, enforcing their religion on everyone. That's the one reason why I do like Goldman, who is the Primarch of the Ultramarines. He came back to life, and he has been, well, he does not care for the Inquisition and the Church, but he can't figure out a way to get rid of it because it's so ingrained in everything. They control everything. They control all the narratives of everything that goes on. So, how do you turn the whole entire galaxy population against something that controls everything? So in my universe, my Goldman is at war with the Inquisition and decided just to push it right out of the Imperium. Is that what's going on in the real Warhammer universe? No. But for me, I hate the Imperium, so I'm doing something about it in my universe. And it also gives me a reason for my Imperium and my Inquisition to fight each other, because I do have the models, because they have really sick, freaking awesome looking models. Be like, why did you join the Inquisition? Because they had really sweet ass looking models. Seems like a good reason to join an evil army. Seems completely reasonable. It's like I have multiple Space Marine armies too. I don't know. I did rebuy my Space Wolves and Blood Angels, Raven Guard. And then I have some. Oh, I do. Oh, yeah, I have Grey Knights too. Damn it. I was like, yes, I only have these ones. And I'm like, oh no, you have more than that, you dum-dum. You have more than that. Hey, Games Workshop, I'll paint models all day long. You send me models. Is that a thing? Is that a thing, Games Workshop? Send me shit and I'll paint a bunch of shit for you. Getting more painting done. Alright, we got all the green on them. I think we're going to do the Canoptic Red, or the Canoptic Alloy, and then do the red after that. Oh yeah, they could definitely do 4 more decks without them even being overlaps. And it would be the other factions that everybody was mad that didn't get any cards. Because there's the Tau, and the Tau are probably actually the best faction, like, in... If you had good, neutral, and evil, or chaos, like, the Tau are probably the good half. Like, they're made up of different species. I mean, they've gone to war and taken over those worlds, so, but they also integrate the populace into their community afterwards and have those worlds become part of their worlds. So, they believe that they're right. Oh, he could definitely be a commander, and he would be terrifying. Imagine a Space Marine, like, well, actually, I do have a Primarch over here that I can actually get within reach. That's a Terminator. Well, apparently all I have are Terminators over here. Well, like now I do have actual Space Marines. Okay, so this is a Space Marine, a normal size Space Marine. You know, he's very black, so he's kind of hard to see. This is the Primarch of of the Dark Angels. They are... I mean, he's probably 3 times the size of a Space Marine. There was 18 of them. Each one of them was a leader of a different faction of the Space Marines. That's Lion L. Johnson, the Primarch of the Dark Angels, who is also back. They realized that we wanted all these guys to come back, so they've just been slowly bringing them all back, which is great. He's terrifying. The Dark Angels are actually pretty fucking scary. They're very knighty looking. They have a lot of, like, intricate designs and stuff on their armors. They are pretty neato. They make me happy. Yeah, I think we're going to do this Balthazar gold now. Which is going to be a lot of little details. But that also means that we're nearing the end of this, so. You gotta look at the positives. We're almost done. At least we're almost done with 3 more models. Are we almost done in general? No, we are not almost done at all. Anyway, yes, he would make a pretty good. He's actually Calgar, who was the Precon commander. He's the part of the Ultramarines. He's the Primarch of the Ultramarines, and Calgar is one of his commanders. So you've seen how terrifying Calgar is. Fucking double strike slash just nastiness. So, I imagine a Primarch would be, I mean, what was Calgar? Calgar's 3/6 double strike. Even fucking, well, actually, there are other Primarchs that are actually do have cards now that I think about it. Motarian has a card, and the Chaos deck has a bunch of them in it. The Thousand Suns. What is your name? Uh-oh. I feel like it's something with a M. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, so there are some Primarchs that do actually have cards. That's like most of the Chaos Primarchs are still alive, or at least hanging about. A lot of them went into hiding after the first war against the Imperium. They're around somewhere, but most of them are in hiding. Even though Motarian is attacking, at least was attacking the Ultramar. And Ultramar is basically the Ultramarines are the Grecian, Spartan, Space Marines. They have that's their aesthetic, I guess. They're the ones that are always wearing the blue armor. They're probably the most recognizable of Space Marine chapters. As usually, Games Workshop is usually pushing them on everybody. They do. They did just have new models just come out too, and the main character of Space Marine 2, Titus, is also part of the Ultramarines, and he finally got a model too, which was pretty cool. I get excited when I don't even care what the new models are, even when it's not a faction that I play. I'm like, ooh, new models. I'm like, maybe I should start this chapter. I'm like, no, you shouldn't. It seems like a good idea. Seems like like the words you're saying, you like to hear them, but maybe you should not do those things. Does not seem like a good idea. You're already playing enough different factions. You probably shouldn't start another one. I don't know. And then after the Tau, you probably should do Orcs, obviously. Orcs should have had... I mean, if we would have got an Orc army, we would have actually gotten good Orcs. And because Magic does not have good Orcs. We're slowly getting better Orcs, but, like, Magic Orcs have sucked forever. They still are not great. So I would love to have good Orcs someday in my life. So an Orc deck would definitely be one that needs to happen. Tau, Orcs, probably the League of Atan, which are basically the dwarves of Warhammer, of Space Warhammer. They're a newer faction. They haven't been around as long, and honestly, they've only been around for like 3 or 4 years now. They were always part of, like, mentioned around that they existed, but they didn't actually have models or anything. But then they did get models, and now they are a thing. They've been doing a lot of fan service and going back and making things that people have asked for over the years. So, that's been making me happy. Do we want to do that in that color? Not really. But probably. I don't want to do it in that color. It's weird because, like, the Death Guard, their armor is alive. Like, they have become part of their armor. So they're very hard to kill. They regenerate. Whereas normal armor and stuff, you would be taking chunks out of it and it wouldn't come back. Whereas the Death Guard, they don't feel anything. It's one of their gifts from their god. So they feel no pain. Which there is a card that is called that in the Warhammer Magic. But also, it regenerates and is pretty nasty. Oh. They're very hard to kill sometimes. Even though I say that, and sometimes they're really easy to kill. Like, sometimes my army just goes down, and I'm like, we are not as sturdy as I thought we are. They're very slow, is what their weakness is. Because they're so sturdy, they can just kind of meander across the battlefield, and they don't really, they just take their time doing shit. Okay, that's about that for this guy. I am going to go stretch my back out real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll continue on with the gold on the other guys. And then we'll finish up the red, clean up the reds on the other guys, and then we'll be almost done. We'll almost be there. A long process. I am gonna shake this real quick. I will be back in just about 2 minutes. Thanks for sitting with me and sitting through the ad breaks. I do appreciate you. And tomorrow, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet when I'm not making other content. I am a cosplayer. I am a puppeteer. I am one of your former ambassadors for Magic the Gathering, Deathborn, Aether Drift, Innistrad Remastered, Final Fantasy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love my hobbies. I have a lot of things I do. You might have seen me as a featured creator at Magic Cons. Most of the Magic Cons, now that I think about it, at one of them I was working. But the rest of them, you've probably seen me around. We are going to still have to do Canaptic Gray on there as much as I don't want to do. Or Alloy on there. As much as I don't want to do that. This is my little morning program where I do my hobbies, and we are currently doing some painting of my Death Guard. My Death Guard are my babies. They are my little evil men. They're not evil, though. They're so happy and jolly. I don't know. The Death Guard have never hurt nobody. That might not be completely true. I might just be making that up. Anyway, I am taking part in the 1 million model challenge that Games Workshop is doing to help paint 1 million miniatures before May. Glad there is a little bit of more time because I just started last week. I had not planned on doing this, but then I was like, you know what? I like having a goal. And I have an army that needs to be painted, so it's like we may as well try. So we'll easily accomplish our 100 models that we set out to do, so whatever. If anything, will we finish more than 100 models? Probably as well. Guess it depends on whether or not I slow down or I start doing one of my other hobbies. Or I run out of models. One of those two things happens. I mean, I guess there's a couple of things that could possibly happen. Running out of models would be one of those things. Doing a little bit of dry brushing. Doing a little bit of Balthazar Gold over our Canaptic Gray, just to add a little bit of detail. Change up the colors just a little bit, so be surprised how much of a difference it makes just adding a little bit of a different color. Not what I meant to do, but that will have to do. Not what we wanted to do. Those mouths are very tiny. We gotta get a different paintbrush out for that. That was not gonna work. I'm like, I don't think I can do that without fucking that up. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. This is usually my little program where I'm either playing video games or painting miniatures, building Legos. I don't know. I have a lot of hobbies, so it kind of just depends on the day. This sword was transforming down there, so I'll keep that like that. Do these in gold. That's the other thing, is that usually I have to try to work around my body shaking and whatnot. I used to be able to paint so much better. Now I'm just kind of slop about. Unfortunately, because I shake so badly, sometimes I'm just like, this is not working out well. Whatevs. This is how this is gonna look, and it doesn't matter because there's nothing we can do about it. to find lots of ways to work around my disabilities, unfortunately. Doesn't make me happy, but also I would like to continue doing the things I do, so just have to find ways to do them. I think that is an important thing about disabilities. They're stupid. They get in the way, but finding a way to work with them. Unfortunately, like, I would go to every con and do, well, if I had money, I would go to every con and do all the things, but also I don't think my body would allow for it anyway. It takes me weeks to recover after a lot of these conventions. You don't see me laying around afterwards going, what have I done to myself? Okay, we actually do need this tiny paintbrush for some tiny things here. Have some spots that are not going to be able to be done with that other paintbrush. Also, I do want to do this. The fancier, more unique figures always have a whole bunch of extra stuff going on, a whole bunch of extra details. Hope everybody is having a good day. Remember to turn my music back on this time. So it's funny, like, when I go to stretch and I'm like, oh yeah, go to shut off my music, I'm like, there's no music on this whole entire time. And that's about right, me. All my teeth, all my demons, and my death guard and stuff are all gold. All my horns are as well. I don't know. I get bored of the same colors that everybody else uses, so. To each their own. And that's the thing is, like, what I really do like about, like, Warhammer and stuff, like, you can customize these and make them the way you want them to be. You're not set. I mean, there will be people who will complain at you. That is a thing. They'll be like, you can't make those that color. The codex says so. That is how the Imperium is. Telling me what I can and cannot do. That is why we don't follow them. Hey, Vest, what's going on? Thank you very much for the raid. We're over here painting some of my plague boars. But welcome, raiders. What is happening? I am Amara, God is a Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet, I say, as I paint Warhammer, guys. I am a cosplayer, and I am a puppeteer. You might have seen me at some Magic Cons roaming around with my puppets, or one of my 5 cosplays I think I've done. I am one of your former ambassadors for Aether Drift and Dustborn and Innistrad Remastered and Final Fantasy and Avatar The Last Airbender. That all sounds correct. I'm like, are those all things I did? Probably. I am also Magic the Gathering online creator. I try. I'm not as cool as you are, Vess. I do stuff. Sometimes I'm just around. I will be a featured creator in Vegas if you see me around. Oh, thank you very much. My cosplay is. I like to think of my style as just punk rock, whatever I can find to make things. I'm just like, this is how this is working. I think once I got past the point where I'm like, okay, everything doesn't have to be perfect. And countless future sets, wouldn't that be nice, Tom? There are certain sets that I would absolutely love to do stuff for. I will be a feature creator in Vegas here if you are there. If you see me, come say hi. I look scary. I'm not nearly as terrifying as I sometimes can be. I love just sitting there and talking about magic and just hanging out with people. That's usually what I'm doing at the conventions. Like, I usually play like one game of magic a day, maybe, and then the rest of the time I'm just hanging out with people. It's like my summer camp, basically. Like, I don't know, we spend so much money to go there and hang out, and like, I don't want to spend 3 hours playing a game of magic and then not seeing anybody or doing anything. So, but I will also be a feature creator at Commander Sealed, which I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to be just telling people, but I don't really care. I will be there and I will be doing things. I don't know when they're officially announcing me. I just kind of officially announced myself. I was like, you should be. I hope you do get to do it. It's always an interesting experience. Yay! I saw that you're going to be a feature creator there. I'm excited that you'll be there. We'll have to definitely hang out. It's a much smaller venue, and like I like to go out and get dinner and stuff with everybody when they're in town. Because I mean, it's basically my home area, so like I only have to travel an hour to get there. Like it's not terrible. And we have so much good food and things. Oh, are you going with Geek? Awesome. Okay, that's sweet. We're actually staying in the hotel this time. Almost every single time we procrastinate and then we don't get. By the time we go to get book our room, it's usually like uh, the Saturday night is usually closed out or whatnot. So we're like, man, we don't want to move from hotel to hotel. So like that's just a pain in the butt. So this time we'll be in the actual hotel, so we can actually hang out with people and not actually have to leave. And it's just a pain in the butt when you got to go somewhere else afterwards. You like hang out with everybody, and then they're like, oh, okay, I can't just get inebriated and pass out here. I just want to get inebriated here and pass out right here. God damn it. And Tom doesn't want to carry me anywhere. I don't want to carry myself anywhere. Not that I get drunk very often. Really? We have such. It's an interesting area. Like, I don't know, we're known for our terrible weather system. That's basically all anybody ever hears about. But, like, we have such a variety of cultures and whatnot around here that we have amazing food and stuff. I really wish we would have more events and things here, but it's like the Buffalo airport is basically caters to everywhere around here, so I don't. And we have places. Canada is right across the way. Like, at least our Canadian friends would come and visit us and then run away. That sounds about right. That's how this weather has been. This freaking winter has just been freaking wacky as hell. Like yesterday was 20 something and it felt like it was like 10. And then today it's 40. I don't know. Like, just make up your mind. Quit doing other things. Quit being a jerk weather system. I don't know. My body hates weather changes. Like, it freaking just wreaks havoc on my body. So, like, I can usually deal with, like, small changes, but, like, when it's, like, drastic, crazy ones that are, like, 20, 30 degrees in one day is just. You can feel the pressure, and it's dumb. As I warn everybody on my program, don't get old. It's stupid. It's not as cool as it looks. It doesn't look cool at all, actually. I don't know. There was probably a time in my life where I was like, I don't ever want to get old. But then I'm also like, you know how much cool shit I've gotten to experience being old? Like, all these hobbies and things I grew up on, like, I was there when they first started. So, like, I've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff. Sorry, I'm doing the small little details real quick. You know, Nine Inch Nails, sometimes you depress me, but also sometimes you make me want to just punch stuff. It's a weird gamut of different emotions listening to a Nine Inch Nails album. Like, kind of want to punch stuff. Now I just kind of want to cry. I hope everybody is having a good day. It is a pre-release day for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I'm pretty excited about. I grew up on Turtles. I don't know. This is one of those things that has always been part of my life, so I don't know. I just like new magic cards. I could care less where they came from. Like, it's like, it's so weird because like we go to all these new worlds that we've never been to. What's the difference? Like if you've not into like whatever world that we're going to, like we're gonna go to another one. I don't know. Everybody's been being feisty the last couple of days, and I'm just like, just be nice to each other. You're making me sad, people. You're making me sad. Resident Evil 9 came out today, which I'm pretty excited about. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff happening. It's Pokemon Day. Um, this is the problem when you have too many hobbies. Every once in a while, it's just a perfect storm. The Red Corsairs are coming out. They're the Chaos Pirates, basically, for Warhammer. That comes out tomorrow. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure there's probably a movie or something that comes out today too. I don't know. And then I have too much stuff going on, so like I'll probably not actually do half of those things. I gotta go to Cleveland on Sunday for a comedy show. I had gotten my partner tickets to go see this comedian that she really likes. Cleveland's like 2.5 hours from here. That's the thing too, is that like this area is nearby. Like if in our small little area, we basically 45 minutes from Buffalo and Erie, and an hour and a half from Pittsburgh and Rochester, and then about 2.5 hours from Cleveland and Syracuse. So like every couple of hours, you get a little bit further. It's like Philly's not too far. It's like 6 hours away, 7 hours. Yeah, I guess it's more like 7 hours. But I guess that depends on how fast you're driving. I'm not happy that they didn't do Magic Con in Chicago this year. That's one of my favorite places to go, so I was kind of bummed out. And plus, it's right in the middle. Like, Vegas is not my favorite place to go. Not to mention that it's like a bazillion miles away, and I can't fly, so... like, when I could just fly there, it wasn't so bad, but now I have to actually drive there, and that's like 33 and a half hours or something insane like that. With stops, it's like 37 hours, and that's, I mean, that's if you drive straight through, which we were stupid and did last year. Which we do need to actually plan that out. At some point, we should probably figure out our plan. Should see if anybody else wants us to pick them up on the way. Do you want to help us drive there? That's what we did last year. KJ helped us get there. I was gonna have to cancel, and then KJ was like, "We can do this." I'm like, "Okay." Sure we can. I mean, we did. Did we survive? Yes. Am I still paying for it? Probably. Like, body-wise. Such a long drive. Oh, I guess I should paint the inside of those. Oh, Trent, you and your piano. The fact that Trent Reznor can play so many different instruments, I don't know. That's not attached anymore the way it's supposed to be. That's unfortunate. Well, guess we'll just not pay attention that it's like that. Otherwise, it will drive me insane that it's like that. Whoopsie. So, I'm very excited about Resident Evil 9. I saw the trailers for it, that's about it. I used to, like, keep up on all that stuff when I was like, this is coming out, I can't wait, I must know everything. And now, I'm like, I don't want to know everything. Like, I want to experience it for the first time. Like, and it's really hard to stay away from everything in this day and age. Like, even when you're trying to stay away from information of things, sometimes you just end up running into it on mistake. I don't want that in my life. Luckily, I've gotten really good about staying away from things when I am interested in something that I want to watch, or... like, I wanted to watch Breaking Bad, and I was like, I don't have time to do this right now. And this already has, like, 3 seasons out. I was like, okay, we'll just wait. I waited years and managed to keep away from everything. So I know it's doable. It doesn't make me happy that I have to do it, like, and just be like, okay, don't read or see anything about this for 5 years. We'll be okay. We can do this. I don't know. In some ways, it's like a challenge. Like, I can clearly do this. This is doable. Okay, this guy does have a couple spots that actually do need to be cleaned up that I must have just slopped paint on and was like, hey, I'll deal with this later. That's like painting Warhammer guys. For me, a lot of times, like, it just looks awful until I get to that final step where I'm actually finishing everything, and I'm like, okay. And sometimes I'm like, oh my god, what have we done? This looks awful. It's like, hopefully it doesn't continue looking awful. And I should know by now that it doesn't continuously always look awful. It eventually gets to a point where it looks awesome. It just takes a little while to get there. A lot of times when I first start painting, I usually just slop the paint on wherever. I'm like, okay, this is where this is gonna go, whatever. You know, someday I would like to meet Trent Reznor. I don't know. I've gotten to meet so many of my heroes doing, I don't know, like, for me, like, Magic the Gathering wise, like, the artists are, like, my rock stars. Like, I grew up on Magic the Gathering art. Like, it was always important to me. That's how I got into Magic, was I saw really cool cards that had really cool art. I was like, oh, well, these are cool. Not knowing that it was a game and going to lead to my demise. Actually, all the amazing things that Magic has afforded me has been very much well worth it. This is the amounts of money that I've spent playing. Yeah, like, I remember I was. We used to have like little sports card shows and stuff on base where we lived, and somebody had a box of Magic cards that I used to just. I had like $1, and I was like, oh, I was like, I will see what these are. I was like, oh, these have really cool art. Like, I remember I bought Pestilence and Dread Skeletons, and like I still have my original Magic cards that I bought that day. But I was like, yeah, this is really cool. And then, so I bought them with like my $1. I think I bought like 10 cards because they were like 10 cents a piece. And then, like, from there, I was like, wait a second, this is a game? Okay. I think I saw it in like my Wizard comic magazine or something. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I managed to find some starter decks, and then I needed people to play with, so I started out and just keeping all my black cards, basically. I was like, ooh, black, okay. This does terrible stuff. I'm in. And traded most of my friends whatever extra stuff I had so that they could play. So I ruined a bunch of other people's lives, too. Like, you should play this game. Right, Tom? I have just been spreading the joy of Magic since then. Forcing people to play Magic. And then I think my brother was probably the first person that I got to play. Exactly. I just had to wait for 30 years to guilt you. We got there, though. It's like, this is clearly what Tom needs in his life. Magic the Gathering. But think of all the cool stuff you've gotten to do because of Magic the Gathering, Tom. Besides, put up with me. That's the thing too. Is like now we get so many different kinds of Magic art too, which just makes me super happy. Like, cause I don't have one art style that makes me like the happiest. So like, getting to see all these different kinds of artwork, stuff that I might have never actually gotten into without Magic, like there are lots of cool things that have come from such things. In about 4 minutes, I am going to go stretch my spine out. We're almost done with these guys. Almost. Just cleaning up some spots, adding in some colors where I might have missed areas, like this guy's head. Apparently, we just kind of didn't want to paint it all. I don't know why. You know, this is not. It's just playing whatever it wants to play now. It has gone rogue. Is it playing backward? No, it's just picking random albums. You are out of control, Mr. Resner. I mean, I guess that's not his fault, but I'm still gonna blame him for it. This is all clearly your fault, Trent Reznor, that my player is playing random songs. That's probably the best thing about Magic the Gathering, is all the people we have met over the years. Like, I am not a social animal for the most part. I bond through my hobbies. Otherwise, I'm kind of just off in my own little universe. So, like, Magic allows me to share something that I love with others who also love it. And that's how I bond with people. Otherwise, I'm just terrible about people. I don't know how to people. It's interesting, like, some of the people that I grew up playing Magic with, like, I don't know a lot of them anymore because, like, I grew up around the world, and back then we didn't have, like, social media to keep track of each other or anything like that, so I have found people that I used to play with and that I grew up with, and they still play. I'm like, excellent. I ruined your life, and it's still ruined. Excellent. I did my part. But that has made me happy to see that they still are playing. Like, that is still a thing that is part of their life. Because we had lots of good times together. Like, some of the best times I had was learning the game with other people. Back in the day, the insane instruction manuals. Oh my god. Now they're just like, here's a card and it tells you how to play the game. Figure it out. Back in the day, it was like, here's 200 pages of information. Now you try to figure this out. And if you had a question or something, we didn't have like the internet to just. I mean, we had an early iteration of the internet at that point in time, but like, we couldn't just ask questions and be like, "Hey, we have a question about this card." Like, it's like, sure, this is how this works. I don't know if this is how this really does work, but this is how it works now until somebody tells us otherwise. In about 20 seconds, I am going to go take a quick break and stretch my spine, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll probably finish up the last. Apparently we're going to paint that the wrong color. Okay, I will be right back, everybody. Thanks for sitting through the ad breaks. Do not sing those words that Trent just mouthed. I'll transition back. Welcome back, everybody. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet when I'm not making other content. Those are all true stories. I am going to finish up these models real quick. I am a Magic the Gathering content creator. I'm a Magic the Gathering online creator, a Magic the Gathering arena creator. I am one of your former ambassadors for Aether Drift, Dustborn, Innistrad Remastered, Final Fantasy, and Avatar The Last Airbender. I am a cosplayer, I am a puppeteer. You might have seen some of my cosplays or my puppets at Magic Cons. What else is going on in the world? I will be a feature creator in Vegas here in a couple of weeks. I guess it's a couple months still. At least it's a little bit closer than it was the last couple of times I've said that it is coming up. Like, last time I was like, oh my god, that's like 5 months away. I was like, it's forever away. Like, yeah, I guess it's coming up soon at some point. I will be a feature creator there. I will have my new puppet, and I will have my new cosplay. I'm gonna be Blex, the Vexing Pest. I'm very excited about it. It's so silly. I was like, yep, that's about right. I'm not entering the cosplay contest or anything. I have another event that I'm taking part in, but I am not. The cosplay contest, as much as I like it, and I'm glad that I got to take part in them, it takes up my whole entire day. And, like, at least last time I didn't actually participate, but I was Dark Pact handler, so I just kind of roamed around with Dark Pact all day long. So I did still get to hang out with everybody, even though I was doing other stuff. So that at least worked out well. I got to hang out with all the cosplayers, but I didn't have to do any of the cosplay stuff. That's like excellent. Like, I got to go behind the scenes still and hang out with everybody. I was like, this works out much better than me having to actually do this. Even though I still had to wake up early in the morning and do other stuff and be there for like prejudging and stuff. So I guess I still had to do all the things except for I wasn't cosplaying. So I guess, but I got to hang out with my friend all day. So I guess that all worked out for me in the long run. I do like to experience new things at like the Magic Cons and stuff. Like, I do things I normally wouldn't do. Like, I was terrified to do the cosplay. Like, I mean, I do things in front of people all the time. I don't know why I over thought about it. Give myself a complex of some sort. Probably gonna finish getting the paint on here, but not actually finish until I get back from my walk, unfortunately. Especially if I start painting other things over here. I just want this tank to be done too. Can I finish the tank today? Maybe later tonight I will. Guess it kind of just depends on what I do later on tonight. It is Magic the Gathering pre-release for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles today, so that's pretty exciting. I'm excited about it. I do love my Ninja Turtles. Until I was like in 5th grade, that's what I wanted to be. That's what I thought my job was going to be. Until my parents told me I couldn't be a Ninja Turtle, which kind of disappointed me. Leave it to your parents to destroy your dreams. Parents were like, no, you don't get to be a Ninja Turtle. You can't tell me what to do. I can be a Ninja Turtle if I want to be. Isn't that the truth, everybody? You can be a Ninja Turtle if you want to be a Ninja Turtle. Maybe someday I'll still be a Ninja Turtle. I don't know. Nobody can hold me back from my dreams. I mean, I guess they could hold me back from my dreams. Change my ID so it says I'm a Ninja Turtle. I'm sure that would upset somebody out there. I identify as a Ninja Turtle. Deal with it, motherfuckers. She's gone rogue. Yeah, I did. You can't tell me I can't be a Ninja Turtle. Next thing you're gonna tell Tom he can't be Tom. That would be insane. This is how I always find out whether or not Tom is still listening, by talking about Tom. They told you couldn't be Woody Woodpecker? You could be Woody the Woodpecker. I will allow it. I will very well allow you to be Woody the Woodpecker if that is what you would like in your life. If that is what you need, Tom, that is what you can have. Live your dream. Live your true self. When I think Tom, I think Woody Woodpecker. It's weird if you don't finish it and say Woodpecker at the end. Otherwise, when I think about Woodies, I think about Tom, which is just could mean many things. It could get weird. Welcome to my little stream where I just do whatever I feel like doing and talking about whatever I feel like doing as well. Talking about. I am gonna go for a walk after this. We got some places we gotta go to, so. And it's not terrible outside. Like yesterday when we went for a walk, it was terrible outside. So, today I'm like, okay. May as well go for walks when it's not a nightmare outside. Yesterday it was really windy, and being on the lake when it's only like 20 degrees outside, usually not super great. We get some crazy weather off of the lake. Canada trying to blow us away, which I get it, Canada. I get it. If I thought I could just blow us away too, I'd be all in. I like that they send their Canadian geese over here to check on us. Make sure we're not up to no good, which, you know, we're always up to no good. Do you like that we have wonderful Canadian geese that come over here? And they're such jerk faces, and I love every second of it. I'm like, I enjoy the Canadian geese just do not give any fucks whatsoever about anything. I was like, if I didn't want to be a cat instead of a human, I would be a Canadian goose, and I would just be an asshole to everyone. There's nobody I would not be a jerk to. And you know what they would be like? The Canadian goose. That's what you get. So weird, because all the Canadians I know, all my Canadian friends, wonderful, sweet, nice people, but Canadian goose? No. The Canadian goose is a jerk face. Is a magnificent jerk face. I love Canadian geese. I love whenever you, like, get too close to them, they just get all pissy, and then just start walking at you all angrily, and I'm just like, oh god, they're gonna fuck us up. Those Canadian geese are going to get us. Okay, we're gonna do these skulls real quick, and then we're gonna do a touch-up of the red, and then maybe I am gonna let you go before the last break, just so you don't have to sit through here through another ad break. can find me in places. I play Magic online every week. We play themed games on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. with my friends, the Breakfast Club. Anybody who's ever looking to play, we usually occasionally need another player. We usually have a different theme every week. I don't know what our theme is this coming week, actually. We kind of did not discuss that before we went. This past week we were doing story decks. I definitely need to get more white. I've been using Wrathbone just because I didn't have any of the actual white that I needed at the time. And it is fine. I don't like painting in whites. That's not my favorite. It usually doesn't work out well for me. I don't have the patience, and a lot of times I prime in black, so it doesn't go on well. Oh, god damn it. We forgot to do that. I hate the end of painting, where I'm just filling in details and stuff that I might have missed, and then I'm just like, ugh, we forgot this spot. We forgot this spot. We forgot this spot. Like, stop forgetting spots, goddammit. Stop ruining everything. Stop making more work for yourself is more the case that I'm just like, ugh. Eventually, I say that I'm going to do this, but this will probably never happen, is actually, after I finish each model, I would like to do highlights and dry brushing and stuff like that, but the amount of models that I have to paint, and then new models coming out eventually, like, I just want my guys painted, so when I play with them, they don't, and when I want to just go and stare at them, they look nice. That's all I really care about. Do I care about whether or not they look super detailed and awesome? They'll be okay. Whether or not they are or not. Get that in there. I should change paintbrushes, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. I just want to finish as much as I possibly can before the next ad break before I go. Okay, we're going to do the red real quick, and then we can start doing that. I can go over there. I'm sure there's probably things I missed. I'm absolutely sure of it, actually. Like, I already know that I missed something over here. Like, I just completely didn't even paint the gun at all. Oh yeah, okay, I do remember what we needed to do for what important red part we needed to finish that actually has to be done. It's not something I can just skip over. Every once in a while I'm like, nobody's gonna see that. I know it's not painted, but it's like nobody's rotating my models around and even looking at them, so, like, don't really have to be concerned about it. Usually it's just a, oh, this is gonna bother me problem. I think that's most artist problems. We always are just like, hey, this is not great. Also, I don't like calling myself an artist. I'm not an artist. This just feels weird. Okay, and then we will do red. Oh yeah, I remember. It was something stupid and red that I needed to paint. My spine is not feeling great. That's for sure. Okay. yeah, we forgot to do those parts too. Good job, me. Good job for getting to do these other things. That can be there. Well, I guess we're gonna have to get that out again. Ugh. Oh yeah, I guess we really have to get this out. Oh my gosh, this guy has so many weird details on him. Things that I thought I painted, and things that I just didn't realize were there. Okay, I'll do that real quick. Paint that. Excellent. I think I'm gonna have breakfast for dinner tonight. That's exciting. Ay. Sometimes me. Sometimes you just mess everything up. Didn't realize he had other tentacles coming from here too. Oh my gosh, why do you have so many things going on, dude? Like, it's really cool. Like, you have a lot of really cool details on you, but also, painting-wise, it does not make me happy. Especially since it probably would have been a lot easier to, like, just have the sprue on. Have everything on the sprue and then paint it. I feel like we forgot to paint that part. I'm sure we did. That's the other problem with painting like multiple guys at the same time. Like if I was just finishing one guy, I could be like, oh, okay, we messed this part up, it's fixed, excellent. Instead I'm like, I have to fix all of these colors on all of these guys now. We will get there eventually. That. Eyeballs. Tentacles. Oh yeah, we forgot to paint that. Excellent, me. And this is supposed to be a pipe that apparently I just didn't paint well. Apparently I must have just painted the flesh color over top of the pipe. I swear me, sometimes I'm sure I was like, it doesn't matter, I'll fix it later. And now we're at the point where I'm fixing it and I'm like, what an asshole. How dare I just leave myself stupid things to fix? How dare I do that to myself? Doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me. There we go. And let's see what stuff needs to be read on my other guy that I messed up. I'm sure something. I don't even remember which one we just did. Is this the guy we just checked? You have pipes and things that we... Oh, you and your stupid red gun. That was the... Yeah, there was another important red piece that I didn't do that I was like, oh yeah, we need to make sure we do that. No, we can't, we just skip past it. His plasma gun was the other thing. lot of people use plasma blue as their plasma guns, but I also don't care. I want mine to be red, and they shall be red. Anyway, I do want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. You can find me on Wednesdays playing Magic Online at 9 p.m. You can find me playing Magic on Thursdays with my Tom friend. We play one-on-one kitchen table Magic at 6 p.m. You can find me guesting all over the place. You can find me doing these little impromptu streams where I am usually painting my guys, building Legos, playing video games. It just kind of depends on whatever I feel like doing at the time. I do love my hobbies. I've been playing Warhammer forever. Been painting Warhammer forever. Been building Warhammer forever. Sitting here, I'm like, yeah, that's all true. You have invested a lot of time in this hobby. I mean, probably every one of these models I finished, I put like 2 hours into. So, I mean, just these guys I put a lot of time into. Okay, we need to do the purple. And then the Canaptic alloy. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a giant tentacle behind the staff that I didn't paint. Phoenixian purple. Like, I thought this was part of his arm, and I didn't realize there was an actual arm there as well. Luckily, it's a easy fix. I don't know why I just cleaned the paintbrush like that. That was not smart. You can tell it's the end of the stream when I'm just like, yeah, whatever. This is what's happening. Oh my god, just paint that purple. I don't care. Go on there somewhere. Unfortunately, it's going to be purpler than the other part of the tentacle because it got painted white first because I thought it was part of the arm. So it's going to be just a little bit of a different shade of purple, which, that's fine. It's not like it's going to hurt anything. I mean, it doesn't really matter. None of this actually matters in any way. Aha, we forgot more purple, or more tentacle over here. I don't know how often I find spots that I missed because I turn it and I'm like, oh, yeah, awesome job, me. Awesome job, completely just forgetting about this. Okay, let's just do the alloy real quick on there. Do we even want to? Does it even matter? Not really. It doesn't matter. Like, do I really want to do that and make this difficult? Not really. But also, yeah, I kind of do, because otherwise I'm gonna know that I didn't. Oh, yeah, we gotta get that out for that piece anyway. Forgot that we didn't paint the bottom of this pistol. And that is actually out and about, and I will see it, and that will bother me. There we go. That's a thing. That's painted. May as well finish these parts since we have them out. I do appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I don't know when I'll be back. At some point this week. At some point. Okay. We're done. We did it. We got there. Now we'll try to do as much of this as we possibly can before I head out. Da-da-da. Actually, probably should let that guy dry a second. You know, you are the least of my fixer-uppers that I had to do just a second ago. You know, you have probably everything dry on you, most likely. Guess we'll find out in a second when you're not dry, and then I have to go, what should I do? I messed this all up. Yeah, I don't know what I am doing this evening. I'll probably just finish the rest of Fallout. That's probably what's happening. Finally getting around to that. I don't know, I don't like waiting for shows, so a lot of times I'm just like, yeah, whatever. When all the episodes are out, then I'll be concerned about watching it. Sometimes I want to just watch one episode, and sometimes I want to watch multiple episodes. I usually don't ever watch more than 2 episodes of something. I don't know, I find that binge watching things, I lose coherency of the episodes, I guess. Like, they don't feel like separate episodes anymore when I've seen too many episodes all in a row. And then I can't even tell you what episode something happened in because it just all blends together. So that's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, we'll watch like 2 episodes. Absorb this information, go from there. I don't know, I have weird things how I have to deal with things. Have there been times where I just completely binge watched a whole entire show? I don't think so, actually. I think about it. This is just not my thing. I guess the closest I get to like binge watching a show is if I'm like drawing and have something on in the background. But then usually I'm not really paying attention to it. So, I guess it kind of just depends. I am gonna probably finish this guy, and then I am gonna get going as the ad break is going, and then I am gonna go for a walk out into the world. I'm gonna go do people things. I'm gonna go be people. I'm not good at peopling. This is not my favorite. I highly don't recommend it. If I could tell kids what to do in the future, I would be like, don't grow up. Don't. It's not worth it. It'll be terrible. I promise you. You will just be unhappy. Nothing good comes from it. Everything is gonna be awful, and then you're just gonna be like, why did I do this? That's not true. Not everything is awful. Some stuff is pretty awesome. It's just finding those awesome things. And taking part in those awesome things. Oh, that's awesome. That's part of your backpack you didn't paint. That's, you weirdo. God damn it. That I'm gonna have to fix. That is something I cannot actually leave the way it is. I mean, I could, but I shouldn't. Even though part of me probably is just gonna be like, yeah, we can just leave that the way it is right now. We'll deal with it later. So we're just gonna screw future me over, again, in a different way. It's fine. You'll be fine, future you. I promise. Don't trust me. Don't trust past me, future me. Don't trust me. I'm leading you the wrong direction. I am making more work for you. I apologize. For some reason, I don't think past me actually means any of those things. I think part of past me is probably actually pretty amused by me. It's like, haha, jerk face, we got you. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I do appreciate it. I am probably just gonna end up going here. Actually, we should see if there's anybody to raid before we go and spread the love. I'll do that in a moment. One thing at a time. Let's finish this before you decide to try to do other things at the same time. That's probably the way to do that. I don't know how often I try to do multiple things and then we just fail at everything instead of just accomplishing one thing. Like, if you would have just done this one thing at this time, probably would have been okay, but no. You tried to do too many things. And now we've only succeeded at one of them. Let's see here. Get that in there. Try not to miss any spots. Also try not to do this too terribly. And that's all things we did. I'm just gonna dry brush afterwards. Not happy that that's the way that happened, but it will have to do for now. As that probably should have been red as well. Whatever. Apparently, this is the whatever. This works, I guess. Oh my god, there was a lot of spots on behind things that we didn't get great. Oh well. It's sitting on my shelf, and for picture purposes, it doesn't really matter. It will be okay, me. I am unhappy that this arm is not, or this cape is not attached properly. It glued wrong. So it's not on all the way it's supposed to be. Did not go on properly. I think I must have walked away from it or something and then not paid attention to what was happening. It all sounds correct. It all sounds like something I did. Okay, anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I do believe that is about it for this guy. Oh, yeah, I guess we're not completely done, but let's go find a place to raid real quick. And then I will see you all later. Do appreciate you hanging out with me. There we go. That's fine. That's fine, you silly little man. Okay, let's go find a place to raid. Actually, let's just do this real quick. I swear I'm done. I also swear that I'm not done. Oh. Okay, haha! Well, my lighting is terrible in here right now, so... It's okay for me painting, but terrible for showing off the models. Anyway, let's go find a place to raid real quick. Twitchy, twitchy, twitch. Who is on? Ham, you're playing Final Fantasy right now? Final Fantasy 9? Ham is with silly voices? Let us go visit our friend Bobby. I know I can raid from here. I know that is the thing. We're going to go visit our friend Bobby Christine, one of my magic content creating friends. They're playing Resident Evil 9, so I will not be able to hang out because I don't want to see anything from the game. So, but when we get over there, say hi. Why is this being the way that it is? I want to go here, go to Stream Manager. Aha, nope. Aha. Apparently they've moved the option further in. Let us go over there. We're going to go right over to Bobby. When we get over there, say hi. I will say hi, and then I have to run away because I don't want to see any of the game, so... Everybody, you have a good day. I do appreciate you all hanging out with me. You can find me on the internet under Goddess of Blunder. I'm at all the socials. I do appreciate you very much hanging out with me, and I hope you have a good day, everybody. I hope you enjoy pre-release. Got Magic pre-release, got Resident Evil 9, got Pokemon Day today, and the Red Corsairs come out tomorrow, so yay! They're pirates time! They're Chaos Pirates! Wonderful, wonderful Chaos Pirates. And we finished at least one model. But we did finish these other two. I just need to actually do the inking. And then we'll be done. So we'll at least finish 3 more models this week. Thanks for hanging out with me, Tom. Thanks for hanging out with me, Bess. Thanks for the raid. Thanks, new followers. Rex, if you're still here, and anybody else that's hanging out, I do appreciate you all hanging out with me. Say hi to Bobby when we get over there. Take care, everybody.